All right, more big doings today over by Cody High School as Life Remodeled continues its enormous effort there.
Yeah, and Chuck, just a few minutes ago, the pastor you interviewed said that the team of volunteers was tearing up out there and
tearing it up. He told us he said it was tearing it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said tearing up. Tearing it up out there, Chuck. Take it away.
Yeah. And we're still doing it, Ruth. And today, you know, we talked about this, Ruth and Devin, that they were going to tear down at least 10 homes around the Cody Rouge neighborhood. Well, they got to 3 of them today. Take a look at these 2 gargantuan holes. These are 2 of 3 burned down homes, that were torn down today with an emergency waiver because they were the most dangerous around Cody. Well, they've had a little hiccup in the system, but they're going to get permits for 7 more teardowns in the course of this next month and tear these houses down. And I'm told they may even shoot for 20. What's important here is that this is the place with blight, you know, overgrown brush, houses like this where, you know, bad guys hide. And kids don't even want to walk to school in the middle of winter because they're afraid. But neighborhood by neighborhood, they're making change. Take a look. Boarded up and burnt down. Abandoned houses are plaguing the streets of the Cody Rouge community.
Just a terrible eyesores, and I'm glad of all the beautification.
Residents on Greenview Street had an unusual wake-up call this morning.
For it to go from gang violence to this, it's like a miracle.
These abandoned houses directly across the street from Cody High School were demolished.
Kids pass these houses every single day on the way to school. They're burned out, they're dangerous, and they need to be down.
Remodeling classrooms, painting murals, clearing away brush, and now knocking down these homes. Every task this week to cut back the blight and transform this neighborhood.
We want Detroit to be successful.
Renovating schools and cleaning up the 100 blocks around them are all part of Life Remodeled's vision to restore hope back into this forgotten community.
I'm so happy for the whole project.
There's change coming. You know, I want to feel that change.
All right, so Devin, Ruth, we're back live. The real questions now start. What do you do with this kind of land, right? I mean, you could just give away a parcel. Somebody could build a house if the city's inclined to that. We're not quite sure of the ownership here. What's being talked about are pocket parcels, pocket parks. As well, you can go to the neighbors on either side of these parcels that have had the houses knocked down. You make them an offer. Hey, how would you like to have your yard 2 or 3 times the size? You give them a real special break on the price. But you can see where we are. Here's the 3rd house that came down. Burned out house across the street there, one over my shoulder over there. So hopefully Life Remodeled in the next month gets down 10 to 20 of these total, which will really make things a lot safer. And eventually we'll see great improvement here in this neighborhood. It's really a pretty big deal today.
It sure is, Chuck, but if this were to just be about one neighborhood, you and I have talked about this a lot over the past couple of months, and what this really shows us is the potential. When you've got a group of people motivated to help with the resources and the energy, I mean, the implications are enormous.
And, you know, church, government, businesses, I mean, BASF was out here today. You know, we've had Quicken and General Motors. Yeah. It's really historic. And then there's the shift, the psyche change that people here that are living in nice homes say, now I'm going to change, I'll paint my porch, I'm going to put in new windows. The whole thing shifts, and that's where the goodness comes from. It's really a positive mental attitude builder.
It sure is.
It is a force for good. Yeah. It really is. It's really energy you can feel. Yeah.
Powerful.
Thank you so much, Chuck.